the system is built this way to give us the redundancy so we can have problems, have time to work problems, and meanwhile continue to do the research that, that this ISS was meant to do.
Okay, on to Alan Boyle from NBC News.
Hi, I just had a couple of quick follow-up questions. One was, I didn't hear how long this spacewalk was expected to take. Are there contingencies? Could it last longer or shorter? And then also just Ken Kramer's question about what the ammonia supply on board was like.
Let's see, I'll cover the first one. The EVA is planned for around 6 hours, 15 minutes. And we have consumables to support that and likely consumables to go a little bit longer if we need to. Typically in the EVA, once we get going, we get a better understanding of the crew's metabolic rates, which results in how much carbon dioxide is taken out of the air that they breathe. And that's really typically our limiting factor. So once we get going, we'll reassess that, and that tells us how much time we have after 6 hours and 15 minutes. But right now, what we think can get done, what we need to get done, can get affected in about 6 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 6:30.
And the ammonia question, the way we're set up is the port side central system tanks will be used to recharge the port side system, and the starboard central system would take care of the starboard power systems if we had to ever fill them. So this is on the port side. The port side ammonia tanks has about 500 pounds left in them. They hold about 600 total, so they're pretty full. It needs about 100 pounds to fully fill the system, and so we've got plenty of ammonia. Actually, the bigger challenge, and it's not a dramatic challenge, but is a challenge, is the amount of nitrogen we have. It takes a certain amount of nitrogen from the nitrogen tanks to push the ammonia out. That tank on that side is getting a little low. We do have spare tanks full of nitrogen, so we could do that. I suspect we wouldn't need to do that to do this fill. If we change out the pump now, and that turns out to be the source of the leak, I suspect we'll recharge the system without needing to change out nitrogen tanks.
Thank you.
Okay, on to Carrie Sheridan from FP. Carrie, are you there? Okay, we'll skip on to James Dean from Florida Today.
Thank you. Sorry if I missed this. What is the approximate size and mass of the box that's being replaced?
The dimensions evade me right this second. Norm, do you remember? It's 260 pounds is the pounds of the pounds. 260 pounds is the weight of the box. It's hard to. It's large. It's a large box.
Okay, so this isn't like the type of a box or hardware that you'd ever consider taking back to the ground for further analysis. Too big.
The answer is I probably would not bring it home. Correct. The question you're asking is, could I bring it inside? I wouldn't bring a leaking ammonia system inside the ISS, and that's the only way to bring it home. So size-wise, while I might be able to squeeze it inside if I wanted to, I wouldn't want to bring in a system leaking ammonia into the ISS.
Right. Okay. Thanks. You couldn't use. Yeah. Okay. I thought maybe can't use the arm or something. Yeah.
Well, I can get it, but I don't have a way to bring unpressurized components home in an unpressurized environment. The only thing we have to return today is through a pressurized system. So I have to eventually bring it inside to get home.
Thank you.
Okay, and finally on the list, Bill Harwood, CBS News.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mike, help me characterize this in your mind anyway. It's like you said that you can get along fine with 7 power channels. Crew's not in any danger. The Soyuz is going to depart on time. But obviously, I'm just trying to understand if this is a serious issue, a critical thing you need to get fixed, if it's more of an annoyance at this point. Would you put it in whatever terms you like to help me understand the seriousness of this problem? Thank you.
Well, Bill, I would tell you right this very instant, because I don't know any better, I'd tell you it's an annoyance because of all the work we have to do to work around the problem. After the EVA, if we change out the pump and the pump's not the cause of the problem, then it's going to take us quite a bit of time I imagine it will take us quite a bit of time to figure out where this leak could be, identify it, isolate it, overcome it, fix it however we're going to, and then and then recharge the system. So if we have to be down one power system for a long period of time, that is a significant impact to us. And it's a significant impact because the next failure is so much work on the ops team, and could potentially have impact to research. I think we'd be really stressing the ops team during the period that the other channel was down. I think we could manage things and probably stay pretty close to getting all the research done that we needed to do. But it'd be a big challenge for the team, and so we'd have to quickly, perhaps more quickly than we otherwise would, have to recover whatever was causing that next channel to be down. And so that in and of itself has an impact to research. So I would tell you, while it's not critical from a safety standpoint, it becomes, if we have to live with this channel down for a long period of time while we sort it out, it very definitely is going to have impacts to research from time to time if we lose the next power system. Does that make sense? I lost Bill.
Bill, you still there? Okay, he must have been satisfied then. I think.
Or I completely baffled him, one of the
Completely
two.
baffled him. All right, so having wrapped up the questions, a couple of notes before we close. One more box to check in this regard. The ISS mission management team will be meeting in a formal session later today to give its formal ratification for tomorrow's spacewalk. Assuming that all happens, or once that meeting is completed, we'll update the NASA website at www.nasa.gov with the latest information following their meeting. It's worth noting also that Chris Cassidy will be EV1 tomorrow wearing the suit bearing the red stripes. Tom Marshburn, EV2, wearing the suit with no stripes. They've each had 3 EVAs to their credit, all conducted on STS-127 and 2 with each other on that flight. Assuming the spacewalk is approved for tomorrow, we'll begin our coverage on NASA television at 6 a.m. Central Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. The spacewalk, as mentioned earlier, will begin around 7:15 a.m. Central Time, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time. And after the spacewalk, we'll have a post-spacewalk briefing with Mike Suffredini and the team that will be executing the spacewalk on Saturday. That will be no earlier than about 3:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, perhaps a bit later. So with that, we'll wrap it up for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you with our EVA coverage tomorrow morning. Thanks very much.